We're following some breaking news from Capitol Hill. Missouri Democratic Congresswoman Cori Bush has just confirmed that she is being investigated by the Justice Department for misusing campaign funds and spending them on security services. The Congresswoman says she is fully cooperating. NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Delanian is tracking this for us. Ken, what else do we know about this Department of Justice investigation, and what is the Congresswoman saying?
Well, Kate, we know that at least 2 FEC complaints were filed against Representative Bush last year, questioning payments her campaign made for security to a man she later married. One complaint said that those payments could be considered an illegal conversion of campaign funds for personal use, and it appears that the Justice Department may be looking into that question. In a statement, Representative Bush said that since before she was sworn into office, she'd been the subject of threats. And she added that as a rank-and-file member of Congress, I'm not entitled to personal protection by the House, and instead have used campaign funds as permissible to retain security services. She acknowledged that she retained the man who became her husband as part of her security team, quote, because he has extensive experience in this area and is able to provide the necessary services at or below a fair market rate. She said she followed all applicable rules. Now, an NBC News review of Bush campaign expenditures found that she has spent $756,000 on security since her first run for Congress in the 2018 cycle, Kate.
And Ken, are we hearing anything from congressional leaders or other members of Congress about this investigation?
Congressional leaders have been conspicuously lacking in comment. They've all been asked and they've all declined. The Justice Department has declined to comment, as is its policy on any pending investigation, Kate.
All right, Ken Delanian following that for us. Ken, thank you.
Let's rock on the mic. What's up, everybody? And you are listening to the best of the Media Mike Radio Show. I am your host, the Media Mike Speaks, sponsored by New Justice Media, where we are the voice of the everyday citizen. The time is now 1 minute past the hour here in the Lone Star State. So let's get to this story before it's too late. All right, good people, don't tell me this again. What in the Sam Hill of election politics is going on? As you saw in the video, we have another politician, another female politician, under investigation. When will this end? This is not the year of politicians, especially females. It doesn't seem that way. But we're going to get to this story here. Cori Bush, that's her name, Cori Bush. She is a member of the squad, they called her, of young progressive women on Capitol Hill. And she's being investigated, as you saw in the video, by the Justice Department, according to the political website Punchbowl News. The Justice Department, that's the federal government, has subpoenaed individuals to testify. Yes, federal investigators subpoenaed a top officer in the House of Representatives to access records relating to the alleged misspending of federal security money that Ms. Bush, I guess, supposedly has embezzled. You know, here's the thing. If you use campaign funds for certain things that's not related to your campaign, that is a crime. So the misuse of those funds is a crime. And I guess this is what they're looking into. Now, Ms. Bush, she's 47. She's a congresswoman from Missouri, has previously come under fire for paying her husband, Courtney Merritt's, huge sums for security services, huge amounts of money. So husband named Courtney Merritt, her name's Bush. So, you don't carry, I guess you don't have to carry your husband's last name anymore. So she ran on Bush to be for Congress. And so, yeah. So anyway, didn't even know who he was. It's just, not George Bush, but Cori Bush. I guess the Bush name carries more weight than Merritt's. Yeah. All right. So, according to sources, she paid him more than $100,000 over a 2-year period, according to campaign filings in 2023. Bush notably has spent more than $500,000, $500,000 on her own private security detail, while publicly advocating for the defund of the police. That's like the pot calling the kettle black. Now, Ms. Bush has been hit with 2 FEC complaints. And, for those payments. So that's not good. This is a criminal probe they're looking into here. This is connected with the House Sergeant at Arms subpoena. This is a criminal probe they're looking into here. Because I told you, using those campaign funds other than for campaigning is a federal crime. So I don't know if she'll do time or not. If they find the evidence they're looking for and she is convicted, I don't know. But this is not looking good for her. Now, the one complaint comes from the Committee to Defeat the President and Anti-Biden Super PAC, which alleges Bush has floated federal campaign finance laws by paying her husband, Mr. Merritt, $60,000 for security in 2022. Merritt does not have a license to perform security functions in the Congresswoman's district. That was stupid. If you're going to do something like that, you got to make sure the man is well qualified. She's up there talking about that he has a background, and they're going to look that up. He doesn't have the license to perform it in that district. So I don't know what the laws are in the state of Missouri regarding that, but apparently he's not abiding by them. Now, Mrs. Bush's campaign also paid $222,000 to the St. Louis-based peace security firm for personal protection throughout 2022. Bush and Merritt had been together since before she entered Congress in 2021, a press release from her office said. So this seems like this is almost planned. This is planned. This is what she's messing up, because it seems like this was planned. Now, the other complaint that's been filed is to ask the FEC to investigate whether Bush used campaign funds for personal use, citing the $60,000 payment in 2022 for security services provided to her now husband. It appears Representative Bush's campaign may have made payments for services that were unnecessary or above fair market value because of a personal relationship with the payee. If so, these payments would qualify as either impermissible payments to a family member or an impermissible gift. I guess. So what they're saying is they're requesting the FEC to investigate whether Representative Bush converted campaign funds for personal use by paying a salary that was not for bona fide services at fair market value. Ultimately, if one or more campaign laws are found to have been broken, we request the FEC hold the respondents accountable. This is where things are going to get funny. They're going to track that money. They're going to track where the money came from here to there. And most likely this was done by direct deposit. So, they're going to see if any funds came from an account that Ms. Bush had that was purely for campaign funds, and if it was transferred over to that security firm's account. This is where it's going to get really bad for her. It could be now. I'm just saying. Now, this revelations has prompted some degree of division from conservatives who laid accusations of hypocrisy against Ms. Bush, a staunch proponent of the defund the police movement. They're saying that, some people are saying, well, and some people are saying, well, that's kind of hypocritical. You want to defund the police, but now you want personal protection. Yeah, Ms. Bush, it does sound, well, it looks bad also. It's not the fact of how it sounds, it's how it looks. Now, Ms. Bush repeatedly declined to comment when approached by Punchbowl over the reports. Good people, well, it seems that the Congresswoman who wanted to defund the police is whining about she needs security, but she wants to defund the police. Make that make sense, people. Make that make sense. It seems that the war on bad women in politics is coming to an end, or just beginning. So we got from New Orleans to Maryland to Tennessee to Illinois, Georgia, and here we are talking about Missouri. Bear in mind that it is an election year. Go figure. So let the house cleaning begin. Until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.
I'll understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep running.